Okay, the person who recited the bracha on the chicken first, he held that everything is shahakol, and therefore he had the choice of what to recite the bracha on. And the other opinion was that the bracha should of shlakais, of cooked vegetables, is really ha'adama. So he held that the bracha, of course, ha'adama comes before shahakol. Now, what did their teacher really hold? There's numerous commentaries explaining what did he really, what was his real view. Of course, on a simple level, you could say he initially was angry that that the person made fun of the one reciting the bracha. So he was upset that he was paskening, he was giving his verdict, and but it doesn't say that he argued with him in halacha. It just says he was angry that he said his opinion. So maybe he agreed with him in halacha, but then he argued with the other one, saying, "Why did you recite that bracha? Even if I'm not considered a chacham, I'm considered someone who is at least experienced. I'm a zaken." So maybe he was disagreeing with him in halacha. Could be. It could be that he was really, accepting his view in halacha. Just he felt he should have asked him first. There is even an explanation that when it comes to a great rabbi that's in your presence, you should let him choose which one is more. Even if the brachas are the same, you should ask him to let him choose what is more of interest to him. What does he want more? You should ask the chief, what would he like more? Again, there's a concept in the laws of brachas that you go by what you like, chaviv, cherish. And we saw that in the Gemara, that there's a concept of chaviv, that you recite the bracha on something that you appreciate more. We spoke a little yesterday. What happens if someone considers one thing that tastes better, but another thing he feels more connected to, sentimental value. It's more cherished by him because his daughter brought it home from school, whatever it is. But there is a concept of chaviv, something that you cherish more. When it comes to brachas, you recite the bracha on that item. So this is this is one of the ways of understanding the Gemara, that maybe the chief rabbi should have been the one who is bar kapara in this case. He should have been the one to choose what is chaviv in his mind. And that's the one they should have recited the bracha on first, what he considered more chaviv. That's one of the many explanations. In any event, the Gemara concluded that we can't really prove what their thoughts were when they had this discussion, because it could be that everyone agrees that even cooked vegetables are shahakol, and nevertheless they were arguing if you go by what's more cherishable by you or what's more sustaining. So that was one of the questions. So what I do want to bring out is Tosfos over here does mention about this concept of chaviv, that when you have two fruits in front of you, you do choose which one is more cherished by you. That's the one you should recite the bracha. So, for example, a person who's going to have, let's say, a fruit salad, so recite the bracha on the piece that the type of fruit salad, the type of fruit that you enjoy more. Or if it's not made into a salad, and you just have two fruits in front of you, you have an apple and an orange, you're going to be eating both for your snack. You should choose which one is more chaviv, which one is more cherished by you. That is appropriate to recite the bracha. I guess
if you have an apple and a Danish,
right. So when it comes to other brachas, then you have, when it comes to different brachas, then you have to see which one is more of a honorable bracha. Like, for example, a fruit comes before a vegetable. Mezainis comes before a ha'etz. A mezainis on something that's sustaining. So that would be to answer Isaac's question. You would recite the bracha in the Danish first. But when it comes to two fruits, then you have the concept of chaviv. Then when it comes to he gives another situation that if you have a bari pri hadama, if you have a vegetable versus a shahakol, so you would recite the vegetable, the bracha on the vegetable first, because the bracha on the vegetable is mevurur tfei. It's more detailed, specific. It's more specific on the thing. So this is the order of brachas, and this is based on this. I mean, one of the places where we see this is in our Gemara with Chaviv, where it mentions that they weren't sure which one to recite first. He chose to recite the bracha on the Chaviv. Why did that student want to recite the bracha on chicken? Because he hadn't had these young chickens, this pargiot, in a long time or in his life. So to him, that was more cherished. So you see from there that the bracha goes on something that you cherish more.
Between mezainos and ha'etz, chaviv doesn't come into it. I really like that fruit, or I really like that Danish. You don't go for that first. You have to follow the order of whatever.
When it comes to different brachas, if one of them is more honorable, and I believe mezainos is considered more honorable, being that it's mazain. And yes, Susan.
That was my question. And also, what am I, if I can't eat wheat, but somebody gives me a Danish and an apple, and I can only eat the apple, am I still going to say the blessing over the Danish because it's more sustainable?
It depends if you're going to cheat. Are you going to cheat?
But I'm not going
eating it. What?
I'm not going to.
If you don't eat something, you don't recite a bracha on it. You only recite bracha on what you're eating.
Okay.
So even though you're in a kitchen that has 1,000 food items, you only recite the bracha on what you're eating. It doesn't matter if there's, Danish is there and chocolate and, tomato soup and who knows, whatever you got there. You don't recite brachas on anything that you're not eating, only on what you're eating. So now there is one more point, and that is something that's from the Shivas Haminim, from the 7 species, something that Israel is blessed with. So if you have fruits that are the brachas are the same, and one of them is from the 7 species, then you recite the bracha on that one. That one comes first. Now there is a question as what comes first. If you like one more than the other, and it contradicts the idea of the 7 species.